Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel and Angela. And on this topic, I wanted to talk to you guys about how the narcissist is never really single. When you're dealing with a narcissist person or a Jezebel spirit, they are never single. So a lot of times when you meet them, they'll portray like they're single. They'll lie to you about how many children they have. They'll tell you that they were in a long-term relationship and it didn't work out, or it didn't work out with their children's mother, because they expected too much or they belittled them. A lot of times they'll blame the other woman. Most of the time what you're going to get is they're going to blame the other partner, and you might be able to relate to them because you might say, hey, I just got out of a toxic relationship. They already have you talking. They have already lured you in. They have already worked on their seduction where they're able to make you feel comfortable and look at them as a familiar spirit where you're opening up to them. So at this point, now you're like, oh, this person seems interested in me. They don't seem too desperate either. They seem like me, like not desperate, just living their life. Maybe went through a bad relationship and learned from it, So you almost don't judge them for their last relationship. You just believe everything they tell you because you're wondering, why would someone even lie to you about how their last relationship ended? That's dumb, especially if they're single. There's nothing to lie about. But they will lie to you and make it seem like, oh, the last serious relationship I was in, it didn't work out. This happened. They might even blame that person. They might say, oh, my ex is really successful. They tried to break this person down. Sometimes they break the supply down and they won't tell you that they destroyed that person's life. They won't even tell you they destroyed that person's life. They're never single, but that was their primary source. While they were with them, they were cheating. They weren't single. They're never alone. That's the thing about the narcissist. That's part of the disorder. It's not just they're cheating on you while they're with you. They were always talking to different people. They never stop. So lying comes naturally to them. And they'll lie about things you feel like they shouldn't have lied to you about, right? But they feel like they don't know you. They don't really owe you too much. They feel like, hey, when I meet people in this world, I'm not straightforward with them. Sometimes I lie about my name. Sometimes I could be anybody. They feel like they could be chameleons. They could be anything. So when they approach women and men, they feel like I can make up a story to you and you're just going to believe it because that's going to be your first, it's going to be your perspective of me as someone that you just met. It's like when you meet someone, you think about your encounter with that person, whether it's a stranger, whether it's someone you're doing business with, your coworker. When you go into a job, however people treat you, that's what you're going to remember them as. If someone helps you, on your first day, you're going to look at them as, oh, that's the person that helped me. That was the only nice person that helped me. It doesn't make them a nice person. They might have just been helping you because it made them look good, but you're not thinking that. You're thinking everyone else is treating me bad. So they know that the beginning stages is very important. So the beginning stages is where they're going to lie a lot. And to them, it's like, it's fair game. If you feed into the lie, that you fed into the lie, and it's on you. You know what I'm saying? If I was able to sell you like a salesman and tell you that, I don't have a lot of miles on me, but I do, or tell you I'm a virgin when I know I'm not, and you believe it, then it's on you. Second of all, I might tell you I got off of a long relationship, and that just might be true, but I'm not going to tell you that I was always in a relationship with different people, not just the primary source. I've never been single, technically. And, whether they broke that person down or that person got their life together and succeeded, what you're going to notice is that they're going to talk about how that person is on drugs, that person isn't shit, pay attention to all that, because then later on, by the time they're done with you, you'll think back and you'll think to yourself, this person probably put them on drugs, because they do them too. They just not, they didn't get sprung out on them. You know what I'm saying? So if you pay attention to the stories in the beginning, that's when the con is, when they're conning you. It's just, as women, a lot of times we just believe what we're being told, and that's, you know, the game is to be sold and not told. So they're not gonna tell you directly, but they're gonna say things to you where you should have enough game to decipher and read between the lines. And a lot of times they say things to you and you won't think about it till days later, or even later on that day, like, oh, I think they expose themselves in some type of way. A lot of times when you have family drama, personal situations, you're busy with work, you have a lot going on in your life, you won't have the time to think about conversations you had with people and how they treated you and the certain things that they said to you. So this is a lot of times how you're able to get into the trap of the narcissist. Once you start to mature more on your knowledge on narcissism, a lot of narcissists will be able to sense it. They know they can't play you. You're at another level now. They know they can't play you. So now they'll negotiate with you. Hey, I'm not really looking for anything serious. Got out of a bad relationship. The person I was with was a Jezebel spirit. I got a divorce from her. You know, she became a successful doctor and started cheating on me with doctors at her job, at her hospital that she works at. And she basically says, you know, I ain't shit and I don't have the best job. And that's why she left me, because I'm not rich enough for her. And you're seeing this person, they have a nice car, they have the image, but you're wondering, how could she leave such a perfect guy? So when they say these things, you almost sympathize with them automatically, because you think, why would someone lie about their status and at the same time tell me the truth and tell me, hey, you know, I'm looking for an open relationship, or I'm looking for something that's not serious. Because first of all, this man is a predator. This man wants you. This man has been studying you. They know they can't play you, so now they feel like, what can I do to sleep with this person, because it's not going to work out if, you know, because I could tell they're too smart. What can I do? Okay, I can just be direct and tell them, hey, I'm only looking for this. But at the same time, while I'm telling them I'm looking for this, I have to make them believe that I'm a good guy. You know, that I'll be a good friend to you, that I'll look out for you, that I'm, you know, it's just going to be sexual, but I'll look out for you. I'll be a good friend. And that's the part of the deception as well. They just want to take from you and use you as narcissistic supply. When you think about narcissistic supply, what is supply? Supply is having someone to be intimate with, someone to use, someone to get energy from, to attract more energy, better supply in their eyes. So you're nothing but a station to get fuel, to fuel up like a gas tank, to get to the next stop, to the next destination. So they try to trick you in many different ways. Some of them will sell you a dream, will sell you a fantasy, tell you they want to get married, blase, blase. It's a lie. They're full of it. You know, they're constantly jealous of people, constantly saying that people are jealous of them, but they literally have a trail of dead people right behind them, and they're still complaining. They complain a lot. They get impatient. They get bored. They think that they're the greatest at everything. You know, sometimes they're perfectionists. Sometimes they're slobs. Sometimes they're slobs pretending to be perfectionists. But these type of predators will study you, and they'll know, you know, I can't play with this person. So, and this is something that I've noticed, you know, they can tell when you are single, because when they are in a relationship and have supply, they have this, it doesn't matter how broke they are, they feel like they're gods type of, they feel like they're confident. And there's nothing wrong with confidence, but their confidence is almost diabolical, because they're willing to do and say anything to get their way. And they're willing to trick you into believing that you want the things that you want. See, the narcissist tries to make you believe that if you don't sleep with them, someone else will. Like they have to make themselves delusional, or else their biggest fear is being alone. So they need the company of a woman. They need sex and things like that. So what they will do is that they'll be direct with you now. I'm looking for a polygamous relationship. I'm looking for an open relationship. I'm looking for a fling. I'm looking for someone I could just go out, have drinks with, have fun. I'll pay for everything. I just want to have fun, the good company of a woman, things like that. And really the thing is, they don't want to go pay for a prostitute. That's basically what they're looking for, someone that they could use. And they want you to believe that if it's not you, it's going to be someone else. So they'll almost act like they're not desperate. Like, I'm not desperate, but they are. They'll act like they're quiet people. They're laid back. They don't really like drama. It's all a facade. They'll act like they don't hate women. Some of them do. They'll act like, they're not into men, but they do. They are. They're always having supply. So they'll use you as a woman and then, as supply. And then they'll be sleeping around with men and what they really like. That's how even though not all narcissists are on the down low, that's just an example. You know what I'm saying? They'll go after what they really want and then use you as supply. So it'll go from faking relationships to being open with you, telling you openly, or during an argument, tell you I'm not with you, or you're not my girl, or no one's going to want you, or we're not even together anymore. And you're thinking, what about all the time we've spent? And you might be thinking it was something because you were going out, having fun, being intimate, spending time with one another. And now they're being direct with you. You're not my girl. When someone tells you how they feel about you and who they are to you, believe them the first time and never look back. The problem is that we took what they said. We got angry. We didn't want what the narcissist wanted for us. We wanted something completely different. They knew it. So when we told the narcissist, we don't want nothing to do with you. Okay, I respect your honesty. It hurts. I might cry myself to sleep, but I'm going to leave you alone because you don't want nothing serious, right? You leave these people alone. They come to you acting like, I was honest with you. I didn't really want nothing serious, right? I was honest with you. So they're acting like they're not the bad guy. The problem is that they'll tell you some truths, and then if you discard them, you don't want nothing to do with them, they start stalking you. Now they're coming to your job. Now they're leaving notes. Now they don't tell you all the truth. And now they make it seem like it's your fault for believing them when now they're telling you they want what you want. That they're sorry, that it's new to them. This is new to them. They haven't been in a relationship in a while. That's part of the trap, to get you like as supply so that later on they can say, I told you the truth from the beginning. It's your fault that you took me back. And look at all the times you took me back. That's not my fault. You'll be years with these people and they'll go back to the beginning and they'll tell you, I told you when I met you, I didn't want no one, right? And they'll go and be with the person of their dreams. They'll go be with Jezebel. They'll move on to someone else because that person doesn't need them. That person is not putting their complete trust in them. They have boundaries. You stop caring about your boundaries because this person drove you crazy, got you sick, trauma bonded with you through different events, to the point where it's not really that you want to be with the narcissist, but you want to be compensated from all the hurt that they've caused you, and you want them to even out the relationship. You want it to be even. But you'll never get that. They'll just take you down lower and lower and lower. And then, by the time everything finishes, you're like, oh, wow, it's not that the person that they were with divorced them because it was them being with someone else. It was the narcissist was portraying like a victim, and I believed it. I believed, oh, you know, that they were hurt because that's how they connected to me, because they knew I was hurt. They were just mirroring you. Whatever you're on, they're on. And to them, it's like they're chameleons. So you chose to believe the deception. You chose to believe that they were something that they're not. And you made that character real, basically. And now when you make that character real, that character feels like, okay, now you made me real. Now I could really be this guy. And now they're playing the character that you brought to life with other supplies, if that makes sense. Now that they're playing that character with other supplies, and then while they're with that supply, they're also trying to mirror them. So you start to see that they slowly start to change into another character. And you're wondering, how did it happen? It happened because they're never single. They're never alone. They're never not talking to someone. Even, you know, they're always texting. They're always online, making connections with people. Even if they're not in a relationship with women online, they make friendships. They like pictures. And eventually they make people feel like, oh, that's that person that always likes my pictures, my posts, and we have a lot of mutual friends. So that person will automatically trust the narcissist. That's what the narcissist does, is they gain your trust, but they're always with different supplies. And when you meet them, they'll tell you, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship, because they already know they can't sell you the dream. You know, maybe if you were more young or naive, or just naive, you know, they could sell you the dream. But when they know they can't sell you the dream, they'll most likely be more direct. And even then, some women fall into the trap of having fun and going out on dates with these type of people and feeling like it's mutual. But if something happens in your life, like a death in the family, or you go through something, that person's going to show you that they're not your friend. You know, I've seen this where a narcissist has even told me, like, I told this girl, you know, we're only going to be friends with benefits. She was okay with it. You know, older woman, she was okay with it. Her kids are older, and one of her kids died. And now I told her, hey, whenever you finish going through your grief, we can have fun. We already had an agreement on what this was. Whenever you're done grieving and you're back to your regular self and you want to have fun again, there's no emotions in it, because I already told you there was no emotions in it. And you're thinking as a woman, damn, where is your empathy? You know, where's your sympathy? So I told this guy, I said, she wanted sympathy from you. She already knew you guys had an agreement, but she still wanted some type of empathy. And he's like, yeah, but that's the part I don't get. That's what we agreed on. We didn't agree on friendship. I mean, we act like friends when we're out having dinner and stuff. We act like friends, but we're not friends. I made that clear. And that's because in their mind, sex is just sex. And there's no, like, I'm taking you out, you're enjoying yourself. That's my payment to you. That's an exchange. Us having a good time. I'm paying dinner and stuff. You're having a good time. I'm enjoying myself. It's more about them enjoying themselves. Really, they would have went out and got food on their own. They don't need anybody to go get food. They're enjoying themselves, and they know that you're enjoying yourself. That's why they like the love bombing. But because they're not emotionally tied to you, they feel like, hey, whenever you go through serious situations in life, don't involve me in that. That's too much for me. You think about someone just coming to you, telling you their personal, you're healing from narcissist abuse, and then someone tries to drop all their load and all their stress and all their relationship problems on you. You're going to feel overwhelmed, like you're putting all this stuff on me, right? That's how the narcissist feels. But because you're laughing, you're having drinks, you're having a good time, you're talking about your life, they're sharing things about their life with you, you're thinking that there's, hey, I know we're not together, we're just having fun with each other, but don't you have empathy for me? You know, when I'm going through something, why couldn't you send me flowers? Or you know, asked me if I needed help bearing my kid, because now it's becoming personal and they have no empathy for you. They're only using you for supply. There's nothing there. You're just supply to them. You're just supply to them. So they'll get you to have open relationships. They'll get you to be in polygamy relationships. But when you go through personal situations, they're not going to want to be there for you. They're going to want the women in those polygamous relationships to be your sisters, to be there for you. They're not going to give you that, because all of you women are just there for one thing, and that's sex. So when you're dealing with these people, they're never single. They're all about supply, sex, that fuels them, that makes them feel good, that boosts their ego, that gives them energy to get more supplies. That's what motivates them to go to work, to be breadwinners, and they're all about themselves. You know, they're not family men. Then you got those who are family men. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. They marry women who have boundaries, who are decent women, but they're just supply. They're the loyal slave. They're the slave that's going to be loyal to them. That's, you know, that's going to be there for the image. It's supply. It's just a different type of supply. It's a supply that, hey, I'm going to keep you here. You're not going to know about my cheating. I'm going to be really nice with you, but I'm going to have boundaries too. I'm going to meet you halfway. You're going to meet me halfway. You're a strong person, you know, but I'm going to do what I do. I always have other supplies, and I have women that know I'm married, or they know it's a clear that I'm just taking them out to dinner and buying them drinks. We don't even need to have sex. Some of them will say they don't want to have sex because they don't want to seem desperate. They want those women to feel like, I'm only buying you things. It's a mind game. I'm only buying you stuff. I don't want sex from you because I got a wife. I respect my wife. I love my wife. But they do want to sleep with you. They feel like if I don't act desperate, you're going to feel like, wow, this married man taking me out, he just wants an eye candy, you know, and then you start feeling like you're better than the wife. And then now you agree to have this sexual relationship with the guy because he's exchanging goods with you, exchanging money, exchanging dates with you. But now if you get emotional and you're telling this person to leave their wife, they're not going to leave their wife for you, because their wife is their ultimate source to getting different supplies. And because you know the truth, how would it look like marrying you, and you know the truth? They already know the cycle is going to repeat itself, because they already know they're never single. They're always with different people. So to them, it's like, I'll just replace you, and then you're going to accuse me of cheating on you all the time. And a lot of men will take that risk, and then they learn from those situations, and then they try to get smarter from it. So, you know, it's all a con, it's all a game, and it's all a way of making you feel like it was your choice and it was your fault. And it's a way for them to say, hey, you should have paid attention to the red flags, you know, because, you know, I let you know I didn't want marriage, and now you're mad because I got married to someone. So it's your fault. You're mad because now I got what I wanted in life and I'm being praised for it. That's why a lot of narcissists in the narcissist community, they get praised, you know, because it's like they're telling the truth, half the truth, but they're not telling people how they were harassing, stalking. They wouldn't leave those people alone. Those people did have boundaries, but they preyed on their emotions. They don't want to talk about the emotions because the emotions don't really matter. The only thing that matters to narcissistic people is the facts. The emotions don't matter, and that's where we clash at. You know what I'm saying? But it's also about respecting yourself. So they know when you don't respect yourself, you know. So if you respect yourself, you wouldn't even put yourself in a position where someone has persuaded you to believe that they are this character that they presented to you. And even though that character seemed truthful and told you, hey, I'm not looking for nothing serious, I got out of a bad relationship, you didn't question that. So to them, it's like, you're believing everything I said, and if you believe me, you'll believe the next person. So there's different ways that the narcissist tries to use you for supply, and that's just one of many, because they are never alone. So I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, peace, and your healing. If you guys want to book a session with me, my booking information will be on the description. And as always, sending you guys lots of love. Talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.